Good evening, friends. My name is Jaspreet Singh Sethi. I represent Rata Mumbai. Uh, welcome you all to our prestigious program on PPE kits as well as equipments. PPE, as you know, is new. It's not a new terminology post-COVID. PPE stands for Personal Protection Equipments, which pre-COVID we were not much aware of. Pre-COVID, it was only like understood only people on shop floors or factories would be wearing it or working on construction sites. But post-COVID and during COVID, PPE has become an important and an integral part of our HVAC and our industry. Uh, it is it is for our knowledge to know how these PPE kits protect our service teams as well as our teams on the shop floor and a lot of people moving around in the market with doing AMC jobs. Today we have Mr. Manish Gulkari. He is the director of Velour Systems based in Thane, Mumbai. He has been a director in this company and dealing with these PPE equipments. Without taking much time, I would invite Mr. Manish to give his presentation on what these PPE kits are, equipments are, and how beneficial are they for our HV and ACR equipment people. Manish ji, over to you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Jaspreet ji. Thank you so much. Uh, so before I start my presentation on PPE, I would give I would like to give some one or two valuable inputs. First of all, when I spoke with Mr. Jaspreet ji as well as Mr. Meher bhai, we decided actually to give the basic information about safety and PPE, and then in the lateral session maybe we will go ahead with the advanced part of PPE and the safety aspects regarding that. So the initial phase. So when we say what is PPE, as you have rightly said, it is personal protective safety equipments, and right from head to toe, it has to be used either in the industry or in the projects or wherever the working segments are there. So these are used, and it is basically meant for the safety of each and every human being. And as rightly said, we realized the importance that the day actually the COVID started, and from that day people started understanding what exactly this PPE are and what does it mean. So without taking much time, I will just open my presentation now. Just give me a minute. So Jaspreet ji, are you able to see the presentation? I think.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah,
Please
yeah,
go ahead, sir.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. So this is nothing but personal protective safety equipments. Now there are total seven type of protective equipments which are used. So if you see in chronological order, so this is not made as per that. So safety of the head, then protection of the feet, protect your eyes, protect your hands, hearing protection, maintain a good respiration, wear the correct work clothing. So these are seven type of basic equipments which are used. Apart from that, there are so many things which are used for vertical rope access or horizontal rope access, and so many safety equipments are used. But these are seven very important safety equipments which should be used in our day-to-day life or in our projects as well as in the factories. So now coming one by one, what exactly these mean, and people generally, basically workers and the people who are working in the factories or project sites, they avoid using actually these equipments. So they should know what exactly this equipment means. So we will start first with the basic thing, which is nothing but the safety helmet. So if you see safety for the head, okay, I'm sorry. So before I start actually going through all the products, There are three different standards basically and certification. One is nothing but ISI standard, which is nothing but our Indian standard. Second is EN or C, this is European standard, and third one is NOSH, that is nothing but the National Institute of Occupational Health and Safety. So generally these are used for mask in India. So these are the three standards on which we will be speaking every time. Okay. So before once again, these are the seven different PPEs which we will be discussing. Now safety helmets. So when we are discussing on safety helmet, I will show you certain important aspect. I have the product available with me. I am not able to see actually the entire screen. So Jasprit ji, hope you are able to see the product here.
Yes, sir. See, visible. Yellow colored helmet.
So yeah. So now there are different color helmets are available. Like this particular is a yellow color helmet, is basically used for the color. This is for the workers, and then if you use for white color, it is basically for the staff, the managers, engineers, etc. If it is green color, generally it is used for safety people. If it is blue color, it is used for quality control. So there is actually color identification for each and every helmet. Now, as I said, standards. So actually, as per IS, there is 2925 in 1984. This standard was prepared. So any helmet which is used in the industry or in projects, we should go compulsory for either ISI or we should go for EN certification. EN generally is an European standard which is used actually abroad or foreign countries, but for Indian standard, generally ISI is used. So we should always go for the IS product instead of going for without certification product. So that is very, very important. Now, there are two types of helmet. One is ventilated and second is non-ventilated. So if you can see here, there are certain holes on this helmet. So these holes are nothing but the ventilation. So when you are wearing this one, you will get actually, you will be free from sweat, or it will be comfortable for you to use that one. So this ventilation is used basically for that one. If it is non-ventilated also, it is okay, but ventilated will always be very, very comfortable. So that is very important. Second thing is the suspension. These are nothing but the suspension bands here. You can see here there are total six suspension: one, two, three, four, five, six. Okay. So in some products or some brands, they use four suspension. Some brands use six suspension. Some brands give eight suspension. So more the suspension, the better the quality of the helmet, and it will give safety to your head. So I am not referring here any brand or any name of the product, name of the company. I am just referring here what are the technicalities and where we should see what product we should go ahead. So once you are aware about that one, it will be very easy for you to choose the things. Okay. So these are nothing but the suspension. Then there is ratchet and nap type. So here you can see this is nothing but the ratchet. This is the ratchet of the helmet which moves actually front and back. There is a locking pin. It is locked now. We can open this one and then move it so that it can come front or it can move back. So it is basically for the adjustment so that it should properly fit in your head. So this is nothing but ratchet and neck strap. Then there is chin strap and sweat band. So this is nothing but the chin strap, and this is the sweat band at the top, so that it will fit to your forehead over here. And the important thing is the material of the helmet. So these are different. There are different types of material. If you go for a standard product, as I said, we should always go for IS products. So a good quality product will have HDP, that is nothing but high density polyethylene, and then there is after that ABS. But in India, there are hardly some one or two companies who are manufacturing ABS, acrylonitrile butadiene styrene. and the last one is FR, that is basically fire retardant. It is basically used in some areas where there are mines and at all. But for our regular activity, this HDP is better. So there is no any issue as such. And when these helmets are actually distributed or given to the customers, generally there are batch numbers involved inside this. You may be able to see the sticker or may not, I don't know, but there is sticker which actually mention about the model of the helmet, and then what is the batch number of the helmet, and the last one is the manufacturing date and month. So these are some of the important parameters when choosing the helmet. The internal material generally is LDPE, and there is at the top there is one cloth. This cloth is made actually for you to keep the head comfortable. So these are the important parameters. Now coming to the testing and penetration part, because testing of the helmet is very important. So generally how they do the testing, a manufacturer or third party lab, generally they go for the testing. So 500 grams conical block they drop from the height of 3 meters. So there is one conical block which they drop actually from the height of 3 meters, and there should not be a dent of more than 10 mm. That is what they say. So if that is if it qualifies that requirement, in that case the helmet passes through the test. And second is the shock absorption test, in which they keep this oven at 50 degrees Celsius for 4 hours. After that, they keep in minus 10 degrees Celsius for 4 hours. They keep under water for 4 hours. And lastly, with the striker of 3 kg, they drop it from 1.5 meter. So, if it is not going to break with all these things, that means your helmet is very strong and strong. So many people says कि ये helmet यहाँ से bend हो जाता है. So if it is bending, it doesn't matter anything. It is not going to break because it shows the flexibility. The strength is more important. So when you are wearing this helmet, after that there should it should have a good strength. And if you are going for IS product or EN product, so 110% it will take care about your head. So that much I can say. And lot of people are not wearing helmet, giving some excuses and reasons that it's not required or it's very uncomfortable, feeling very tired or very odd. So these are all the myths and excuses. So we should try to avoid giving such excuses and use this helmet to the best possible manner. Either it is a project site or it is basically working on rooftops or we are work at heights. So for all these activities, these helmets are very useful. Okay, thank you. So we will go with the other product, which is very important product. This is nothing but the safety shoes. So this is nothing but one safety shoe which is in front of me right now, just to give you an idea what exactly the technicality for the safety shoe is. So again, as I said, the safety shoes comes under category of IS and EN, and there are so many safety shoes available in the market without any certification. So those are not safe to use. So any brand, whatever you are going to use, you should use either of IS or you should go for EN. Now, there are two types of soles available. You can see the sole here. There is actually PVC sole and PU sole. So PVC sole, basically, if you see cost effective or cost wise, so PVC is very cheap or the price is very low. If you go for PU, that is polyurethane, the price is in the higher side. But PVC, the weight is very high of the PVC shoe, but if it is PU, in that case the weight is very light. So this is the difference. Now when you say PVC, generally the weight is very high and it is not good for your legs or feet also. So generally nowadays the corporates and the companies and the people who are aware are going for the PU sole. So this is nothing but the PU sole, the sole which you can see. The property of this polyurethane is that actually when you are using this, Due to the exothermic reaction, actually this shoe long last. Maybe you can use for 6 months or 8 months or 9 months or even 1 year if you are using with proper maintenance and using it in proper intact way. So the sole actually PU is very good. Now you see here, if I bend also this shoe, nothing is going to happen. So this is how the reliability should be there for this shoe. So this is how it should work. So this is the PU sole characteristics. There is always actually the number mentioned at the bottom of the shoe. What is the size? I mean to say 6 number to 10 numbers are generally available in India. In rare cases, 5 number, 11 number and 12 numbers are used. So those are also available. But there are certain characteristics for the sole. The center part here at the bottom of the heel is nothing but energy absorption sole. It takes care about your back pain. So when you are using that one, if there is energy absorption sole at the center of the heel, it takes care about your health and your back. So that is very important. Apart from that, the design should be proper, so that it will take care about the uh, anti-slip and anti-oil resistance and that all. It takes care. The shoe also generally have a good shoe like IS and EN is having the property of anti-static, water resistant is also there. See, the top part of the shoe is always basically a leather or artificial leather, but a good IS and EN shoe will have proper leather, which is nothing but breathable leather. Generally, if you see, there are two type of leather available again, split and grain leather, but generally split is the best leather, which is the breathable leather. So these are some of the important things which one has to take care while selecting the shoe. And then mid plate is there in some cases. So when you are working on the site and कहीं पे कुछ nail वेल चला जाता है अंदर में, so that mid plate takes care for the, it is basically for the penetration purpose. So it is a penetration resistance, it is used for the penetrating resistance. And then the fiber toe inside, sorry, the toe cap inside the front side, there is nothing but a steel toe or a metal toe. Generally it is of 200 joules as per ISI. Some other companies are using of 100 joules or 150 joules, but that is not a correct standard. So if you go with a proper IS book or as per the standard, you should have 200 joules end cap or the toe cap. So it will take care about your fingers. Even if the forklift is going to pass above your feet, nothing will happen to your finger. So this is the miracle of 200 joules cap, and this is how actually the shoes that is why I said the shoe should be actually either IS or EN. Now a good maintenance, when we say actually how to use the shoe, so there are basic thing. One is, so many people are using the shoe, they are bending the backside of the shoe. So once you bend that one, they are using like a sandal, and then it starts getting cracked. So your life of the shoe reduces. Second thing is, so many people are doing like this when they are standing or somewhere, so it gets cut from the other side. So your life of the shoe again reduces. So many people are not using socks at all when they are using the safety shoes. So that is really not good. You should use the socks when you are using the shoes, so that your life of the shoe will increase, and also it will protect your feet from injuries as well as damages. So these are some of the important things. So many people are not using the safety shoes at all. They are just using the slipper or the normal shoes or normal chappal, but which is not correct. When you are working in the factories, or when we are working in the on the sites, project sites, it is mandatory, or you should use it basically all type of any kind of safety shoes which are prescribed as per IS or EN, any brand. Okay, so this is nothing but the safety shoe. Then the safety belt, which is again very very important. So safety belts. So when we say safety belt, again it is the IS standard is 352 and the EN standard is 361. And generally, I will go step by step. So the safety belts are basically used uh, when you are working basically on heights. So generally, if you see the human being, the height of the human being is generally 5 to 6 feet. So 1.8 meter, if you are working above the ground level, in that case you should use safety belt. Or if you are working below ground level of 1.8 meter, in that case you should use safety belt. If so, now what exactly the safety belt is, I will try to show, but there are certain limitations because of the camera and at all. So these are nothing but the safety belts. You might have seen this one. So I will quickly show what are the parts of the safety belt. This is nothing but the scaffolding hook. This scaffolding hook actually gets placed for opening and closing. This is scaffolding hook. And then this is nothing but the rope which is used. This is actually 1.8 meter to 3 meter rope as per the different applications it is used. And then this is nothing but the webbing which is used in the safety belt. And you can see here there is one d-ring here. So this is nothing but the d-ring, which is very important. So generally the d-ring should always be forced. So if it is actually welded, in that case actually when you are using that one, there are chances of getting break. So generally you should use forced d-ring. So these are some of the parts of the safety belt. Now there are double lanyard and single lanyard. As per IS, if we go, you should compulsory use double lanyard full body harness. And as per IS, now half body harness is not allowed. You should compulsory use full body harness and double lanyard. So there are actually two ropes to this one, and that's the reason uh, there are actually two this scaffolding hook here. Okay, and there is one shock absorber many times in the belt. This is used if actually you are working actually at the height of more than 3 meter. In that case, you should compulsory use the safety belt with shock absorber. So that is very important. The webbing generally which is used is polyester webbing, and ropes are made up of these ropes are made up of PP material. In EN certified, it is made up of polyamide. Okay, so these are different type of rope. There are different types of ropes available. The rope length, as I mentioned, is 1.8 meter, and actually, in our advanced training, I will show you how to use these safety belts and what are the basic parameters while using the safety belts. I am just trying to make you aware what safety belt is and how it should be used and what are the prerequisites. Most important thing is, as per ISI, the braking strength should be between 20 to 25 kN, and as per EN, it should be 25 to 30 kN. So that is what is the braking strength. So it gets break. Uh, so this is nothing but your safety belt. Okay. So before we actually proceed further, there are also different important safety items which I thought I will share with you. So this is nothing but actually the safety jacket, and you can see here there is actually 3M tape available. This is nothing but the reflective tape, and the mesh type of construction is there. This reflective tape takes care about actually the reflection when you are going actually in the night time or in the dark areas. So this reflective tape take care about that. And there a lot of companies are doing branding here. Actually, I am purposely trying to avoid actually the name and that all here. You can open actually from the front side, and you will find actually 2-inch tape available over here, and it is again a breathable cloth. So this is again very important for workers. Actually, orange color safety jacket is used, and for engineers and managers generally green color orange jackets are used. There are different type of jackets available actually in the market, as well as with the manufacturers. There are cotton is there, then knitted is there. So there are so many actually jackets available. But as a identification and that all, it is always good to use safety jackets whenever you are in the field or whenever you are working in the factories. Okay. Then nose mask, very very important. Basically, as Jasprit ji said, uh, we understood the importance of nose mask from COVID time. So again, nose mask comes in three standards: EN standard, ISI, and NIOSH. So this basically NIOSH is nothing but your US standard. ISI is again an Indian standard, and EN is European standard. So when you are selecting the nose mask, these are nothing but the disposable nose mask. I have one nose mask which is in front of me. This is nothing but N95 nose mask. So these kind of nose masks are there. So now when you are choosing the nose mask, what you should see, there is FFP1, that is nothing but your filtering phase piece. And FFP1, actually when you are procuring the nose mask, you will find here the name of the company, and then what is actually the model of that one, and whether it is FFP1 or FFP2, FFP3, everything is mentioned over here if it is a standard product. So if you are purchasing as per IS or EN, any kind, any brand, so you should always see whether you want to purchase for FFP1, FFP2, or FFP3. So FFP1 is having the filtration efficiency of 80%. FFP2 is having the filtration efficiency of 94%. FFP3 is having the filtration efficiency of 97%. And there is another one which is nothing but NR. NR is nothing but non-returnable with carbon composite filter or carbon activated filter. The filtration efficiency is 94%, but it is again a very good quality nose mask. There is one or two companies in India are manufacturing nose mask with 99% filtration efficiency also, but it is used in very specific cases wherever there are very volatile or organic compounds. In that case, these are used. N95 is very popular, like this is a N95 right now. Basically from COVID time it has become popular. 95 means again 95% filtering efficiency. So nose masks are of various types. These are the basic things which I tried to cover here. And then there are canister masks. When you are using, basically there are paint shop or powder coating processes and that all. So in that case, these canister masks are used. There is actually half face mask and full face mask. There are cartridge which are used basically for 1000 ppm exposure. If the ppm exposure is more, in that case you should go for class 2. If the ppm exposure is still further, in that case you should go for class 3. So there are different type of actually canister mask available. So this is nothing but nose mask. Now coming to our main slide, sorry. So this is the eyes protection. So for eyes protection, actually these kind of goggles are used. You can use, there are different companies available and brands available nowadays in the market, but it is mandatory actually to use the goggles when you are working at site, or when you are working actually, or your eyes are getting exposed to the environment where the welding is happening, or where the grinding is taking place. So there are chances of the burrs going inside your eyes. So you use or choose the goggle accordingly. Right now this is basically this kind of goggle is used basically for the grinding purpose. Then there is goggle which is used as per the DIN standard for welding purpose, with black color glasses, so it can also be used. And then there are for your protection of eyes, there are different face masks which are available. So this face mask takes care about your eyes as well as even to your face. So this can be used. Then coming to your hand protection, there are different type of hand gloves available. Like this is nothing but a dotted and a knitted hand gloves. So this can be used if there is actually oily surfaces when you are handling the seats and at all. In that case, this dotted hand gloves take care about that. This is nothing but a cotton kind of hand gloves. This is very commonly used. You people may be aware about that. I don't have to tell, but using the equipment is more important. Using the safety products are more important, because generally all the manufacturers, all the managers generally tell everyone to use the safety gears, but generally people don't use. So using is more important. And again, this is high quality cotton hand gloves. Then this is nothing but your anti-cut hand gloves. If you see, these hand gloves is nothing but, so there are different cut levels. 1 to 5 cut levels are there. If the risk is low, in that case you can use this as a cut level 1. If the risk is more, you can use cut level 2, 3, 4. If the risk is very high, you can go for cut level 5 as well. So those are also available actually with the manufacturers as well as the people who are supplying that. Then these are the hand gloves which are used for electrical safety. If you are using for different voltages, you can use this kind of hand gloves. You can see here, as per the IS specification, ASTM standard 4770 1991. So these are the standard. There is also expiry date available on the electrical hand gloves. These hand gloves are basically used when you are working on the electrical lines, be it 110 volt, or be it actually 330 volt or 440 volt. So there are different as per the voltages. You will find different type of hand gloves. And then here actually all the details and parameters are mentioned. The test certificates is always available for all the products. Like hand gloves are there, helmets are there, safety shoes are there. So the test certificates are available along with the products, with the different manufacturers who are giving you the products of IS as well as EN standard, as well as with the proper certifications. For hearing protection, there are different actually products. Like this is nothing but the earplugs which are commonly used. It can actually give you relief from the high noises up to 30 decibel. You can reduce the noise. In some cases, very special protective gears are available. Right now in the second session we will cover those as well. You can actually attenuate the noise or bring the noise level as low as 70% to 80% also. So that is also available. Then we have covered actually the hearing protection. We have covered how to maintain a good respiration system, as I have shown you the nose mask, and then wear the proper and correct clothing. So clothing, as I said, there are different type of actually life jackets available. So as per your application, you should use different type of safety jackets. Color coding is very important in that one. As I said, orange jackets are generally used for workers. and the laborers who are working in the field as well as in the industry. And the green is basically for the management staff. If it is blue color, then again for the quality people. So likewise, different color identification is there. So these are different type of safety things. I will stop sharing actually right now. And yeah, so now coming back, uh, so the most important thing what I feel actually using the right product, a quality product, the certified product is very very important. So my sincere request to all the people who are available here should use the right safety gear with a proper product, proper certification, and of course with the standard, instead of just for the namesake going in the market procuring the helmet because it is very very cheap. You get the helmet in 50 rupees, 60 rupees. So there is no point in going any product which is not certified. So that is very very important. Second thing is, even though the manufacturers or sorry, even if the owners or the people are giving you the safety gears, you should use that one, because I have seen in lot many areas these gears are not used. It is just kept aside, and we are working just for our self. So in case if there is any accident or something, it is very danger. So you should use a right kind of product, and you should compulsory use that one. That much I can say. We will see, just quickly try to go through some comments. So Rahul, good evening, and then Mr. Pritesh Bhai, good evening. Thank you for sharing this. And then, okay, so there is something. Mr. Imran is there, sir. This is Imran Pasha. I would like to know, there is one more product shield which is replacing this mask. Will it help us to protect ourselves? Please advise. Okay. So what Imran is trying to ask is, there are for breathing kind of thing, there are different products available. Should we actually replace the mask? So as I said, Imran bhai, there are different type of breathing apparatus available actually with the manufacturer and as per the safety standard also. Here we try to cover the basic thing, which is nothing but the nose mask. I tried to explain what are the different filtration efficiencies of the nose mask when you are selecting the nose mask. I also tried to explain you about the canister mask, which are used for very important parameters, so that you can always use. Apart from that also, there are different type of canisters available, not only full body, sorry, full face as well as half face. So in the next session, you please be available. We will try to go in the advanced part of that one, where actually you can replace this one and use those safety gears. The only thing is that those are expensive one, and second thing, it is not affordable for each and every people to use that one. So that is the only thing what I can say, but it is really very very effective and we can use that one. Okay. Apart from that, I cannot see any comments here. So if anybody is having a comment, you can quickly put, we can take it ahead.
Manishi, just a small question. You have very well explained jitne types of products are available in the market, especially for the industries and shop floor or people working in factories. हमारे
Yes, sir.
इंडस्ट्री में we have a lot of people moving out in the areas doing small AMC jobs, जो घर में जो विंडो एसी या स्प्लिट एसी के सर्विस के लिए कॉल्स आती हैं उसके लिए जाते हैं. What kind of minimum safety precautions or equipment they should carry with them? Would you suggest for them?
Yeah, yeah. So this is very, very valid and important question basically, because I was just moving around, and this aspect is very important. So now coming to this important part. So what are the minimum safety equipment we should carry when we are going for the AMCs or when we are going on the field? to the customer. The number one thing you should carry with you is nothing but the safety helmet. This is very very important, we should carry with us. So safety helmet is very important because when we are going at the side, you have to wear this safety helmet, so that when we are working at the top, if any part from the AC is going to fall on your head, it will take care about your head. So safety helmet is number one priority, you should carry, because you are using spanner at the top. Sometimes you are removing actually the split units. Sometimes you are removing the compressor. When you are doing the maintenance, sometimes some spanners or some tools, hammers and that all are kept. So there are chances that your head, there is injury to your head if something is going to fall. In that case, it is compulsory, it is very much important that you should use safety helmet. So safety helmet is very important, one part. Now the second one is nothing but your safety shoes. This is very very important. Why safety shoes are important? Because when you are going actually on the side, again anything may fall on the feet. Many times I have seen recently actually in Bhopal, one case has happened when one actually technician was working at the site. He was trying actually to remove the unit from outside, and he was working actually at a height of say around 10 feet or something. And the actually outdoor unit was kept actually around 12 feet or something like that. And when they were trying to actually pull that one, actually he lost his, the other guy actually lost his balance, and he break his actually the arm. Whereas the other guy who was actually using this who was actually holding the unit, he also actually was not able to control that one, and he has left that one. The moment he left, actually it fall on his feet at the first place, and then there was a big injury, and he lost actually two fingers. So that's the reason we should use safety shoes. This is a minimum requirement. The third important thing is nothing but your hand gloves, because when you are using actually when you are working on the site, at that time right hand gloves should be there with you, so that when you are using the spanner or twisting the sorry lifting the material, at that time it should not damage your fingers, or there should not be any scratch, or there should not be any bleeding. So for that purpose, this is the very bare minimum requirement, it should be there. The fourth one, what I feel very important, is nothing but the goggle again, because when you are using, something should not fall inside your eyes, and the eyes should not get injured. So that's the reason a proper type of safety goggles. Again, as I said, as per the application, different safety goggles are available. There are around 15 to 20 different type of safety goggles as per the application. So as per your application for HVAC, this is sufficient, because it takes care for the particles which are falling, the mud and that all, whatever the dust and that all are there. So it will take care, and the goggle should be a protective one properly, so that it should properly take care of the entire eye from any side actually, from this side or this side. Any particle or dust should not enter inside that, so that the person should not feel irritated, or when he is actually doing brazing, at that time he has to use the brazing as well as welding goggle, because what happens, the fume may enter inside, and there are chances of injury to your eyes. So this is very important. And then the next part comes is nothing but your safety belt, which I have shown here. This safety belt, when you are working at a height above 1.8 meters, this safety belt compulsory we should use, or below 1.8 meter of the ground level we should use this one. If you are using any kind of if you are doing any kind of work which is above 3 meter height, you should use the safety belt with shock absorber. So these are some of the safety gears. Again, the nose mask is a subjective thing. If in COVID types, it is very compulsory. If you are going at a site One more important safety gear which I feel is nothing but this is your this is nothing but your safety jacket you should compulsory use, because when you are entering, actually somebody is working, it is the identification for that. So when we are working at the site, so instead of just going on the normal clothes, it is better to wear actually some jackets, so that people will realize that you are working at the height, and they will, the stress passers and that all will take care that there are chances of some fall or hazard or something like that, so they will pass from some distance or something like that. So these are the bare minimum safety gears which we should use.
Thank you, Manish ji. If we have any further questions from any of our members who are online watching the program, they are free to place their queries on the comment chats, and we will be happy to take them up. If anybody is not active now and watches this program even after some time in his spare time, and he does has any queries, please feel free to mail it into Rata India, and we will definitely get in touch with Mr. Manish and get your problem solved. I thank Manishi for his valuable time and his efforts to make us all aware of the safety equipment available and should be used in our industry, especially for people doing small AMC jobs and doing it, especially in nowadays when they have to climb, uh, multiple story towers and working on at heights at dangerous levels. Thank you so much, Manishi, for taking your time out and
Yeah,
helping us
thank
out
you, sir. Thank you so
expertly.
much. Thank you all
Uh,
the participants. And
for our RATA members, sorry Manishji, just a moment. For all RATA members, this is just, I would say, series one of this safety equipment issues. We will definitely come back with Manishji with more detailed study on these equipments. And we will definitely let you know when our next program will be there. Over to you, Manishji, for your closing words.
yeah, yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you once again, Rata Mumbai and Rata India, for giving me this opportunity. I am actually the part of Rata, but uh, I thank you, Meher Bhai and Jaspreet ji, for giving this opportunity to present on PPEs. And any of the participants, in case they wish actually to know more details, they can contact me, and I will be more than happy to serve them without taking any fees. So the awareness is more important than any of the thing. Brand and not only is not important. Once again, I am trying to clarify. Brand is not important, but the IS product, the EN standard products are very important, which you should use when you are there on the site. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Manishji. Thank you all. Thank you, everybody, for attending this program. Goodbye. Thank you.